Next day here, and we woke up. Now the other day, we were outside and we said, that AC unit kind of sounds funny. It was yesterday, but the AC was working, right, when we were grilling out. And the AC unit kind of made like a noise, right? Yeah. And so we came in today and the AC is not working in here. It is hot. Now I think it is the thermostat, because as you can tell, there's something severely wrong with the thermostat.
Yeah.
It is showing that it's 12 degrees in the house, which I don't know if it's causing that not to work, but we did go up to our local True Value. Luckily we didn't have to make a truck into town, and we did buy a new thermostat, Honeywell. This one's different, but that's okay because I think they're all basically the same type of deal. So what we'll have to do is probably get on the old YouTubes, take a look at how to do this, because this one, if you look at it, is this way. So you have all those different colors there, and this one is this way, which is not a huge deal. They update this stuff all the time, so I'm thinking that that's not a gigantic deal. You pull this, actually it has the numbers right there on it, and these numbers should already be in there, and then you just click them in, I'm pretty sure. So this one is, see how this one says auxiliary? This one doesn't say auxiliary, so we're already off to a really good start. Do we have a Y? Yeah, we got a Y, we got a G. So, all right, what we'll do is go ahead and get on the old YouTube, get this one off and start installing this one. I do think that we have to turn off, obviously, the electric. This is like low powered stuff, but I still think we should turn off the electric before we start messing with wires. So we put the thermostat in. Turns out, I don't think that was the problem. There must be another problem that caused the thermostat to do that. So we're gonna have to call the AC guys, right? Is that their names, the AC guys? Sadly, we did get it to turn on. It seems slightly colder than it was, but definitely not where it needs to be at all. So we're gonna go ahead and call them, see what's wrong with the AC. So we were waiting on the AC guy to get here. I think he said they're gonna be here, what, like 5 or 7 o'clock tonight? Which is actually pretty cool. And because we've got to get this up and running fairly soon because we have our whatnot. And I'm telling you right now, it is hot in this place. And I just, you just got to call and see what it is. Hopefully it's nothing huge, but we'll let you know what the AC says. But sadly, the Jeep has to get the doors and the top back on because in the next, I think it starts tomorrow, it is supposed to rain for a very long time. I think for like a week or something like that. And also there may be a possibility to a hurricane or tropical system Monday and Tuesday, right? So we definitely want to put the Jeep stuff back on there in case we need to use the car, and it'll be good to go. Then I can move Mr. Tractor over here, or I can even put the Mustang in here and see exactly how much room I have for that. But probably the tractor, because the Mustang's not going to come in until we get the door done. So what we'll do is just move Mr. Tractor over here and then have some space over here where we can play darts and hang out. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing back together. We've never put it back together, so I don't know exactly how hard it's going to be, but it should be fairly easy considering the fact that it was easy to take apart. All right, first door on, super easy, probably took about 5 minutes, closes nice. And it's always good to remember these things do come with a little tool that really helps you out. Kayla's already got that door on. We're just going to redo what we did before. And then the top, I think, is actually the hardest. The doors are the easiest thing. The top on this one is a little bit harder to get it all right where it needs to go. But we're just going to go ahead and continue this on and put the Jeep back to normal. All right, Kayla's working on putting in the sides here. That looks like it's upside down, maybe? Maybe that goes on the other side, like that. The rear, yeah, pretty sure it goes maybe on the other side. But we already got the Jeep doors on. It already looks sad, doesn't it? Doorless is the way to go, but it's we got to do what we got to do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that goes like that because that's the, yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah, there's the gnats here are, they are annoying, aren't they? Which got gnats on you? All right, she's all back together. That took actually faster putting it together than it did taking it apart, right? So now we know what's going on with it. We're gonna go ahead and park it underneath the carport, clean up the garage a little bit, and try to outrun these gnats. I don't know if you can tell, there's like 1,000 of them right in this region here. Next day here, and my sister is gone. My parents just picked her up to head back to the airport. Such a good time hanging out with her. And then what we're gonna do now is, check it out. You wouldn't know because I'm sweating, but the AC is fixed. It was probably the cheapest fix, and we had a really cool company come out here. I think it was a local company called J&J Air, which they came out the same day as it wasn't working, and they told us exactly. First, I didn't know exactly how to do, obviously, the thermostat. I'm not an HVAC guy. I don't know nothing when it comes to thermostats, but he said that I actually hooked it up correctly. It's 74 back in here, which is nice. I have to attach it to the wall, obviously, like this, but that ain't too shabby. And it is blowing nice and cold air. I mean, like ice cold air, so that is great. And it was only, we thought it was gonna be like the air handler or something bad happened to it, but it was one of the cheaper fixes. It was the condenser. He came out and said, oh, I know exactly what it is. Boom. Did the condenser thing, let it do whatever it had to do, and overnight, it was hot in here. It was 92 degrees when he showed up. By the time he left, it had dropped to 86, and then by the time this morning, it was back down to we actually cranked it to 70. It got to 70, and I cranked it up to 74, because there's no reason for it to be 70 in here when nobody's in here. So AC is fixed. That is good. What's going to happen now, though, is we are expecting lots of rain coming up starting tomorrow, and then actually going through the week next week, because if the hurricane hits, they're talking a huge rain event. Anywhere between 5 to 15 inches of rain. And we know how tropical systems work. If you're in the sliver that gets the most rain, you get 15 to 20 inches of rain. But it's only a small portion of areas that will get that. So if you're like in the unlucky spot, that's what happens. If you're in the lucky spot, you might get a little bit of wind and maybe 5 inches of rain, which isn't a big deal. But we do have a plan of attack for this property for the hurricane. Today is Friday. The hurricane should be hitting Monday or Tuesday. So we only have a couple days to get this done. First, we want to go ahead and mow the lawn, because we got to mow the lawn in the front because there's a ton of weeds. And we won't have time to do it next week, and we have time right now. And then our trailers, we have an idea for the trailers to get that stuff done. We have a Freshie dumpster out. Check it out. I think the last video we were doing a Freshie dumpster. Freshie dumpster is getting delivered right now. And then we're going to put the certain things, certain places in the trailers to weight the trailers down. So they should be good. The camper is all probably pretty good. It's pretty heavy. So we're not expecting a lot of wind, but you just don't know yet because it's super early to tell what this hurricane is going to do. And as the title says, we had the assessor come out, the government Horry County assessor. Now, I didn't know this, but I should have. Okay, so we live in a city. I guess we have to pay city and county taxes when it comes to like properties. That feels like double taxation without any representation. Don't get me started on taxes because they're annoying to pay, but you got to pay them. But so I guess the deed is now in our name or something. It just took a long time for that to happen, or paperwork, blah, 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 blah. The county gets it, and Horry County says, hey, we want to go out there and make sure they're paying enough taxes. They send the assessor out. They survey the property to make sure that the appraisal is right. Most likely what's going to happen is, as the appraiser, they'll assess it, they'll appraise it. The appraiser will be higher than what we bought it for or something, and then we'll owe more taxes to Horry County and Loris, because taxes never go down. Never, never, never go down. They never cut you a break. So that's why he showed up today. Interesting, and Kayla was like, why don't they call just to tell you? Because we're on property with the dogs, you roll up, Will is going to have an issue with that, but they don't have to tell you. I'm not a huge fan of anybody being on the property that has to do with government officials, but it is what it is. You can't deny them access. I asked that question, actually, but they would just come back when I'm not here and do it. So, but they had to reassess the property, which they just assessed the property and surveyed the property and had the property appraised when we bought it 7 months ago. And then they're out here doing it again for paperwork, requirements or something. No, what's happening is you want to go ahead and raise it up, and then we have to foot the bill for the more taxes. So taxes are just uber annoying when they keep raising so much, because we also pay personal property taxes on all of our cars and everything. So taxes. But that was the government official that showed up at the house uninvited for sure. But enough about that, because it gets me irritated. I'm going to go ahead, fill the Cub up with some gas, and then start doing the front yard. I don't think I have to do the backyard, but if I have to, we'll go ahead and do that. It's supposed to start running at 3 and not let up for a couple days. And then after that, what we're going to do is probably go around, start looking how to hurricane-proof the area. We do have one big concern about wind, and it's going to be the gate. So we'll take a look at the gate, to see exactly what we have to do with that. So we are done, and when I say we, I am done doing the entire yard. We did the front yard and the backyard. Obviously the storms are coming in, so we wanted to get done before that. I even cleaned up this area. We edged, we weed eated, everything is good to go. But what we're gonna do now is actually go ahead and start putting stuff in the trailer for the hurricane. Again, we don't know if the hurricane's gonna get here, but there is a storm coming in prior to this that we're supposed to be, how's it going? That is going to be actually raining for the next 3 days. And we don't wanna be out here doing it in the rain in case the hurricane hits or gets here. Everything is already done. It's not gonna take us that long. But take a look at the backyard. I mean, that ain't too shabby right there. The first thing we're gonna do is actually, because we are probably right now, they're calling for anywhere between 5 to 15 inches, I think I already said that, of rain in this area. We know this floods. So there's no reason to keep anything valuable here. We know right here is going to be inches and inches and inches and inches of water. So what's gonna have to happen, the Cub Cadet is gonna have to go in Woodrow, and then even maybe the golf cart can go in Woodrow after on, because we don't wanna get anything right here that will basically flood. I mean, we'll even remove the charger out of here. I might even remove the power washer out of here, but everything else can stay. Obviously, like, you know, the wood and stuff can stay and that little thing can stay. But what we're gonna first do, go ahead, fire up the Cub Cadet, go in the back, get it to Grayson, and then put it in that trailer. So we got the Cub Cadet in here, no problem. Daniel, we gotta save Daniel. He's gotta get in here too with his brand new nose job. So this is gonna stay in here. No reason for us to have it out because we already mowed the lawn. That's why we did it. So in a couple weeks, we'll bring it back out. I mean, not in a couple weeks. If the hurricane don't hit, we're gonna start working obviously on Monday. We are, again, contemplating putting this in here because the barn will be full. We're not 100% if we're going to do that. We might just put it up underneath the carport. I don't really know. But whatever we do, it has to be away from the house because, again, that will 100% flood with this much water that we're going to get. Also, I was very interested to see if our Gorilla Glue or whatever that was held up to the heat or if it's fallen down. All right, well, it's not on the floor. Is it still there? Hey, it's still there. That's on there really good. And it is probably 90 degrees in here basically. And all of this looks good. I think that was really awesome. I think you did an amazing job.
Thanks.
Yeah, but good idea. But we're going to probably put this stuff on hold until the hurricane passes.
And this comes off if we ever need to cook on this. I know a lot of people were concerned, but if we ever do want to use this, we can literally just take...
Yeah, so they don't catch on fire.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do understand people's concern. But
correct.
We definitely aren't going to... I mean, we have a microwave. So I was going to make like burritos type things. And that way, if it does rain, we can just put it in the microwave and heat it up. So this should not be used. But if we do use it, this comes off.
Yeah, if it was me, I would honestly redo this entire thing and take that out and have more counter space.
No, I think we should keep it. Just I do want to put some magnets on this though. Somebody said that way it magnetizes to it.
That's
I think
smart
that's a
idea.
good idea.
That is a really good idea. And we don't think the winds are going to be that high enough. We do have the chocks here that's going to knock this thing over. This is actually fairly heavy. This is probably the heaviest thing that we own other than putting stuff in these trailers. These trailers are super light and there's a ton of stuff in the OG trailer. That thing ain't moving at all, but we do need to go around because we don't chock our wheels a lot. I know you probably should chock your wheels all the time, but we do not chock the wheels just because we run, you know, we do stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and chock the wheels to where if the wind blows from one direction to the other directions, the tires won't move. So this one already has a good chock on it. We'll chock them like so. Boom, good to go. This one's only got one, so we might go ahead and put this one. See, it doesn't work. You're gonna need one back here. I thought we had another one, but I'll definitely find one to put it back here. And again, this isn't really like a wind event, but I mean, if we do end up getting 60 to 80 mile an hour winds, an 80 mile an hour wind gust can do some stuff to you. You know, it can really start throwing things around. It'll blow you around. Now, I am missing a chock, which is weird. Maybe it's in there, but we definitely need to get another one. Is the OG trailer has a lot of stuff in it, so I'm not super concerned about this trailer. It is the lightest, but it has the most weight in it right now, probably like 500 to 600 pounds of stuff in it. So we'll just make sure this is locked up. Oh yeah, we definitely probably want to move that. Maybe just flatten it. Oh, put it over here and we'll put it behind the wheel, or just, yeah, right there's good. That thing is actually heavy, isn't it? Yeah, I'd just leave it right there. I ain't gonna. Or put it up under that. That's even better. Boom. Now, do we think that we need to move any of this stuff?
No, I think it'll be fine.
You think it'll be fine?
Move these just because they are really, really light.
Yeah. You don't want to put those in the trailer?
No, I think they'll be fine right there.
All right. You don't think these things will blow around in 80-mile-an-hour winds?
No.
Those things are pretty light. Well, if this thing gets to a Cat 1 like
Right,
status
yeah,
where we're going to get sustained 70-mile-an-hour winds,
Right.
we'll come out and take these and put them in the trailer. And then we'll definitely come back here. Yeah, because you got a lot of stuff back here that can take flight at 80 mile an hour. Yeah. We got, that dog could probably take flight. You got some stuff here. That window ain't making it at 80-mile-an-hour winds. I'll tell you that right now.
Probably should move the window.
I would take the window maybe into the, everything else, I mean, your wind, that's, if that falls down, it's not a big deal. Nothing really here that can really fly. And we probably want to take the hammock down. I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see the gnats on my face right now? One just went up my nose.
Oh my goodness.
Now, these we might use up at the gate, up here to see exactly. That is also a main issue that we're gonna have, is how we're gonna get the gate. My dad and sister said just keep the gate open and make sure that it can't swing and push it hard up against the fence. The one thing is on the one side, the light pole will be in the way. If we close it, we might have to chain it up and do stuff like that. So what we're gonna do is get out of here, because I don't know what is going with these gnats, but they are crazy. But we did what we wanted to do. We chalked the windows up, we chalked the trailers up, and we got the Cub Cadet secure in its home. We're inside. We just got back from yard sailing. My voice is a little bit better. I have still a nasty cough that is like plaguing me for the last 2 days. But we're getting better. Kayla, actually, we got up early, and she still isn't feeling 100%, near 100%. So I think she's actually taking a nap right now. And I'm in the eBay barn, and we are getting ready to sell everything in this entire place. In 2 months, we want everything gone. So we're thinking hundreds and thousands of items will be sold in the next 2 months. And our first show is going to be October. So it's going to be in October, and Kayla has already done an amazing job. So it's going to be October 4th. So October 4th, 6 p.m. The video is not out yet on the Bearded Thrift Machine, but we are doing the all Harley Davidson vintage and new shirts. Check them out. Hundreds of them. When I say hundreds, that's just part of it. If you come over here, turn the light on real quick, look at them all here. We're selling all of these on one show. One show, 250 items. We'll have tons of giveaways. We'll have reduced shipping. And if you like Harley Davidson, you know somebody likes Harley Davidson shirts. All of them are men's between large and 2XL, so good sizes. A lot of them are new. A lot of them are vintage. Some of them are very worn, but some of them are, like I said, very brand new. So come and see us again October 4th. We've never done a show like this. It's going to be 200 to 250 items. It'll be a long night. I'll be energetic about it because by then I should still be feeling about 100%, hopefully. The crud is around here, like I told you. It's called the Carolina crud, and sometimes it takes you about a month or two to get over it, and there's nothing that you can do about it. It's just some sort of virus. And when the weather changes once or twice, that's what happens. So we did get the this on, and I did it crooked just so I would annoy some people. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean to do that crooked, but that's what happened. But the AC is working good, like I said, just a condenser. We got the thermostat hooked to the wall, which is nice, so that is good to go. And just a big relief that it wasn't a huge deal with the AC. And so we are good to go on that. So the rest of the day, literally, today is Saturday. It is raining outside. It looks like as of now, the hurricane might actually be pushed out to sea, or the tropical storm, or whatever it is we were supposed to get in the next couple of days. And it looks like we may not get hardly anything, which would be very nice because we have a lot to do. But right now it's been raining for the last hour or so. And so I still have to paint all of that stuff for the door because we got to get that door in. And once the door's in, then we can start, because we bought a storage unit on the Bearded Thrift Machine. We haven't gone through it yet. It was $4,000, and I messed up. On the Bearded Thrift Machine, it'll be more in depth on how bad this might be or how good it might be. We don't know yet because we haven't moved it. But let's just say Dad and I better eat our Wheaties because I didn't know what was in it, obviously, when I bought it. And it's very, very, very heavy stuff. So the backlighter better be good to go. I might wear a back brace actually on this one so I don't hurt my back. as I did the last time. And then we are buying better dollies. We're buying some stuff to help us move some very heavy stuff like pianos and stuff. It's going to be wild. So make sure you go to the Bearded Thrift Machine. That video, we haven't even got it yet, but I'm sure that video will probably be out in a week or two. So what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, I'm going to pop on something on the old YouTubes, hang out here and lint roll and count 200 Harley shirts, and then go ahead and put them on Whatnot. And then, like I said, we'll have probably 10 to 15 giveaways. Then we'll have the buyer appreciation giveaway. Since this is our bigger show, maybe we'll do a bigger buyer appreciation giveaway. But we do have a lot of money wrapped up in these shirts. But if that was a big mistake, this was my biggest blunder yet, I think, buying stuff. So we're going to go ahead, just liquidate these things as fast as possible, and we will go from there. Another thing, when I was actually looking at the AC, which is up there, which I'll actually have to move that because it looks like there's a little crack there, so I'll move that over to go ahead and put that down. We did notice that there is no insulation up here. Obviously, there's not insulation. It's an 80-year-old building, and it was never meant to be AC or climate controlled. This was just a barn that this was like the hay area, I think. But obviously, it is now a place that is climate controlled, which is nice. But I'm thinking about getting a quote on blowing insulation up in the rafters here, because it does stay very cool in here. I mean, right now it's 80, 90 degrees outside, even with it raining, humidity's high. And this does keep up very good. It's 73 in here right now. And in the summertime, it actually kept up very good. And in the summertime, sometimes it would give around 78 if this was on 73. But the HVAC guy said that is normal. But if we had insulation up there, I think it would even do a lot better. So we're going to get a quote for that. Then after that, this building's pretty much done after we get the door put in. I think we might do something with the insulation, the ceiling downstairs. We might figure that out. It does look nasty, and we are going to spend more time in it because I don't think we're going to be able to afford the shop that I want right away. So we're going to figure that out. So what we're going to go ahead and do, like I said, I'm standing underneath the vent with the AC. It feels so good. When you don't have AC, it's 95 degrees in this place. Absolutely terrible. But what I'm going to do, go ahead, go through these shirts, and then I will get back with y'all to tell you how many shirts we got. And we're starting everything out at just $2, at just $2. And we spend, wait till you see the video. You got to see the video on Bearded Thrift Machine. But we're going to start everything off at $2, 200 to 250, but I got a lot of work ahead of me, so I'll see you in a while. So it has been a while, probably a couple hours since the last video I just did. For you, it was like 2 milliseconds on that transition, but I've done a lot. I've switched up a lot. These when it comes to Whatnot, a lot of people also, when it comes to Whatnot, it's kind of like an entertainment thing too, because I used to, when you're watching QVC or something like that on live selling, it's got to be fairly entertaining and not droning on and on and on and on. And I heard y'all probably and your thoughts thinking 250 shirts that are almost not the exact same shirt, but they are about the same size. I thought I had more larges. I have almost all 2XLs. And they all have different print, but they're all Harley shirts. So I was thinking, that is not very entertaining to watch somebody go through 250 used or new Harley Davidson shirts. So I switched everything. Instead of 250, we're going to just do 60. They are all cleaned as well as they're going to be cleaned. These were pre-washed prior to me getting them. And then they sat in a closet for a while. They got some dust on them, some cat hair. I did my best. But overall, these are in really good condition. I picked all the ones out with stains. So none of them have stains or holes. But they will need to be washed like when you get it, because of they have dust and stuff. And these black shirts are really hard to get that stuff off of. But I did my best. And then what I did, I said, you know what? Let's also throw in some other stuff. So we're going to do 75 everything show stuff. So all of this right here will also be for sale on that day. We got some nice Coach stuff here, some nice Coach stuff there, and we got some more stuff over here. And we are going to sell this right here. A lot of people were wanting this purse, or more like a shoulder bag or handbag. It's that really thick bass leather purse. And then we got some Brighton stuff. And I think that's more entertaining, and it's more for people to come out and be at the show and actually buy something that you want, or see something that you want that you'll like. So I'm going to switch up everything right there. We're not going to do all the Harley shirts. What we'll probably do is do the Harley shirts, like this time 60 of them. I think Kayla then is going to do a jewelry show, and then we're going to do another everything show. I might do another 60 or 75. All depends on how well it goes on the first show. Will dictate how well I'm going to do on the third show, if that makes any sense. and then we'll go from there. And that's what we got to do, is you always got to learn. A lot of people always talk about whatnot, like how to be successful or whatever, how to sell stuff. Is you really got to adapt and learn what people want to see, want to buy, want to watch for a long period of time. Because these shows are 2 hours long, and a lot of y'all, we do appreciate stick around for the whole show, or, you know, maybe you got to go to dinner or something like that, and you kind of tell us something, you know, and we do appreciate, though, everybody coming out to these shows and supporting us. So thank you so much for all of that. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and get some giveaways. I have 130 items, so we're going to probably do 13 giveaways or 12 giveaways. So I'm going to pick those out real quick, get those up on Whatnot. We bought something today at a yard sale. And what I try to do on this channel is not show you what we bought on the Bearded Thrift Machine, because it kind of ruins the surprise at the yard sale. But I am going to do this today. It's a really good find at a yard sale. As you know, we got the camper out back. It's going to go to the camper. It's amazing. Let me get these giveaways done, and we'll go downstairs and show you that. So we're outside. Check it out. We actually got the Blackstone Adventure ready. Now, I know it's only one burner, but that's all Kayla and I need, is just one burner. I need to clean, obviously, the rust off of here and everything like that. So we're going to get that done. And we got this and everything inside of this thing, which is everything you need for the Blackstone. So we got all this for only $25. Now, I know you will see that on a Bearded Thrift Machine, and I'm ruining it for y'all, but I'm telling you, I'm just excited about it, because I actually have a thing about seasoning these things and making them all nice and pretty. Back in the day, I was actually a short order cook on a flat top, and I just like making them clean. You do have some Blackstone stuff in here. This is going to be very nice to clean. I think that thing's worth like $10. And this is just like your random stuff here that we can use, probably just the spatula that we'll use. And then we do have, I think here is the cleaning kit, so we'll see exactly what's inside this thing. And then this right here looks like, actually that looks like the stuff in there. Use scraper and scrub pads daily, cleaning maintenance. Use griddle stone for resurfacing and griddle top restoration. All right, so we definitely need to do this right here. We'll read about that. This goes on the back of here probably. Super easy. And then it did come with more of these, which is very nice. Actually, I bought some of these for the other grill, and they're like $10 a piece. So we got all this for 20 bucks, $25. We'll go ahead and look inside of here. I don't know what's inside of here. All right, so you have another stone in here that goes on that. That's actually brand new. And then you have another scrub pad here that's brand new. We will get this one all the way down, though. Take the seasoning off, re-season. I do have cooking oil there. So we'll go ahead, bring this outside. And it does take little propanes, which we think I only have 1 or 2 of those left. We try to find them at yard sales, because at yard sales you can pick them up $2 to $3. But any place else, they're $8 to $10 a piece now. So yard sales, we try to get those done. We're going to go ahead and set this up. Hopefully it works. Maybe keep it in here or put it in there where it's climate controlled so it doesn't rust like this again. But we really like these. These are very cool, very nice. This is very light. And for $25, this is like a $150 grill I got for 25 bucks. That's why I love yard sales. All right, so we are outside, and I got this exactly kind of where I want it, where you can see the silver through it. And so we're going to go ahead and start seasoning it. I can't really have this camera on because I got this fan on. Not so much because of the heat, but the gnats right now are on a different level. I don't know what they're doing, but they are all around my head. And I cleaned everything up pretty good. It's not super rusted. So we're going to go ahead. I probably got the GoPro out here, probably do a little B-rolls. And we're just going to sit here and put a whole bunch of this cooking oil on, the olive oil cooking oil. Turn this thing up as hot as it can get. Can continue to do this over and over again until that entire thing is nice and black. And then after that, we might cook on it, or I just might put it away. But overall, it was pretty good. The thing that came with it, that little cleaning stone, I actually don't like that at all. I like the scraper better. It just seemed like it embedded it more inside, and I'm trying to get down to the silver part, the actual metal, and then I can re-season it. But overall, that's not bad for $25. Grill is getting all seasoned up. When it stops smoking, actually, I think it's going to be good to go. Obviously, you can see it's 2 huge warm spots. It kind of looks like your lungs, I guess, sitting right there. So that's going to be the hot spots down here. You could probably, you know, it's going to be much cooler down there. But now we know where the hot spot is. Obviously, that's where the burners are. But we're going to go ahead and cook our first thing on the camper grill. You know, just to get tried out. Got us some turkey burgers. Got to lose that weight. Since I've been sick, y'all know I have an issue with gaining weight. I gained like 10 pounds, I think, actually already for 1 month not going to the gym. And being sick and just eating on the sofa because I haven't been feeling good. But hopefully soon I will feel much better. I can go to the gym and go from there. But we're going to go ahead and cook some turkey burgers up. Kayla's inside cooking banana bread. I mean, I feel like that's going to be delicious. So we're going to go ahead, sit out here for a little bit, let that burn off, throw us some turkey burgers on, go ahead and hang out together. It is Saturday evening, so we're just gonna, I think, put the cameras away, hang out for a little bit. Just know the grill, I think personally, was definitely worth $25, 100%. So we're gonna go ahead, cook up some burgers, hang out, listen to the birds chirping. It's a beautiful night outside. It rained a little bit earlier, it cooled the earth down, and right now it's lovely outside other than the gnats. But if you stand in the smoke from the grill, the gnats actually go away. So we're gonna go ahead, call it a night, and you know I will see you tomorrow.